Before we wrap up, you posted a video recently, which has got quite a lot of views.
Yes.
And just explain the feedback you've been getting from this video and what the context of the video, and then what's been happening with this video.
Yeah, the video was, honestly, I posted it. I never thought that it's going to hit, because it's something that I was talking to my friends and I was contemplating about it, because I see the way that Dubai moves, and I was just expressing my opinion, and factually, like, it's supported by facts. I mentioned Deira, I mentioned Sharjah, and I said that basically people who cannot afford, workers who are on basic salary, which is, let's even say 15,000 or 10,000, it's impossible to survive in Dubai at the lifestyle level that Dubai requires. Unless you're in a shared room, like, it's not a life of Dubai. So I said, okay, people are choosing to move to different locations, and I said Deira and I said Sharjah, and because I put them together, people thought that I don't know that Deira is in Dubai. So that's a different conversation, but I said that they were filtering, but I said it as, like, my own opinion. Now the feedback spans from one end to another end of the spectrum. Some people agree with it, some people hate it. Majority of the people were triggered by what I said, and I think that is the reason it hits, because a lot of people started talking about it. And most of the comments were from males, which is weird. And people really did not like it. Like, it really did not sit well with them. To the point where at one point I looked at the comments and I saw who they were tagging, like police, and like, you should go to jail for this and go back to your country. Who are you? Like, all of this stuff. Right. And I was like, I was looking up cybercrimes. I was like, did I just commit a cybercrime? Like, am I actually saying something that is punishable? Because of course I don't want to say anything like that. So yeah, it's still going. Till this minute, it's still going, but...
I mean, essentially it's views and this exposure.
See,
and
this is the thing, like, I created I was talking about it in my podcast about women in business. And I said, the minute you start talking, hate is there. And it's even more hate for a woman, because automatically they will say she doesn't know anything. Who is she? If there was a guy who owns 3 companies, big guy, whatever, everyone knows them. If he said the same thing, it wouldn't be the same, But at the end of the day, I show what I choose to show on social media, because it brings me benefit. Every hate comment, at the end, it pushes my content up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't take it personally. I learned a long time ago not to pay attention to this. And for me now, it's just entertainment. What do you want to say? Okay, let me answer you. Let me like it. I liked one comment, actually, of a guy who's going ballistic at me. I liked it. He texts me. He's like, don't like this. Who are you to like this? I opened the message. I'm like. Yeah, so it's very funny, because me being on social media and me being so involved in it, I don't have time to comment on people's things.
Of course.
I barely even listen. I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So, khalas, for people who have time to actually go and say that and reply and get hurt by it, I'm very, very sorry for them. Yeah.
Normally people who post negative things are dealing with something or don't have anything to deal with, or it's a million different things.
But that's the driving force.
Exactly. Last thing now, I think I'm quite interested in legacy.
Okay.
And I think that regardless of whether someone's famous or not, whether they know 10 people or known by 1 million people, we all leave a legacy. What legacy would you like to leave?
That's a very good question. Very thought-provoking question. I would say that being in Dubai and being Central Asian and having experience in Western part of the world, in US, and understanding different mentalities, my legacy for what I'm doing right now would be to make people understand and love Dubai for why I love it. It's not about the fancy lifestyle. It's not about, fancy cars and girls and boys and whatever. It's making sure that people outside can look inside and see, okay, you know what? It's actually very smart people behind it. I like Dubai because it was born before it even hit the ground. The idea was there. Everything that's happening now has been planned 15, 20 years ago. And it's not old, it's only 51 years. So imagine what can happen. So with my content, with my presentation of things, I want people to actually think deeper and see behind
the glitz and
the
the
veil
and the shiny, and
because it's all strategic and it's all very, very well thought through. Everything that's happening now, there are big people behind it, not stupid people. And that's what's amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chris, so much for having me.